You've probably heard the saying before, the infamous saying that money doesn't really buy happiness. It's something that has been ingrained in us since we were little children, and it was further concretized in our minds as we got older by pop culture, by our teachers, by the media, and even our own parents. We were told this, and we were told that making more money doesn't really lead to any extra happiness. In fact, it can lead to the exact opposite. It can lead to a sense of regret and emptiness. They tell us this, and we feel like it's so real and so true that to even assert that making money leads to happiness, or it will lead to an increase in our quality of well-being, to even assert that money can do those things makes us feel shallow and materialistic. We feel quite greedy even just asserting that money can have some positive effect on our life. And yet, when we look around at the world and how it operates and how people operate, we come to the stark realization, especially as we get older, just how much money controls everyone's lives. So many people are chasing money left and right while simultaneously saying how little it means to them. And as you get older, as you get more mature, and you start to be more responsible for yourself, for your own expenses, for your own lifestyle, you realize just how important money really is. You realize the importance it has on your life because of the fact that it controls your access to good quality healthcare, to a proper vehicle that you can use to travel around wherever you live in the freedom that you want, in the comfort that you want, good access to good quality food made with proper hygiene, without any ultra processed ingredients in those foods. We come to see that money actually has a huge effect on your well-being. Even our own experiences are determined by money. Think of the time where you wanted to take that girl out on a really nice date. You wanted her to take her out to a fancy restaurant just to show your appreciation for her. But you couldn't. You wanted to buy her a new handbag, a new purse. Maybe you wanted to travel with her somewhere. You wanted to go to another country, but unfortunately you couldn't afford the flight ticket. And it really did make you feel bad. It made you feel sad. Think of the time where you had an illness, literally a disease, and you went to the doctor, and okay, he diagnosed everything and he found out what your condition was, and then he started listing all the kind of medication, and your eyes just looked at the prescription paper with horror, because these medicines don't come cheap. You know you'd have to spend a good amount of money for these things. So you pay a lot of money for those medicines, and you kind of, although it's for your own health, you still feel really bad because you wish you had more. Because if you gave a lot of money for those medicines, you have to sacrifice for the other things you could have spent it on, like food or traveling or any other things, any sort of entertainment that you would have liked to experience. Or sometimes even in extreme scenarios, you don't even buy the medication. You just straight up don't buy it because it's too expensive. There are scenarios like this in some countries where some people just can't afford the medication. So they just continue to live with that illness. They know what the cure is, they know what the ailment is, but they actually they can't, they just don't have the money to pay for it. And so they live with it for the not for the rest of their lives. Perhaps they may take a loan, they might ask for a friend, but there's always that looming feeling in their mind that I just wish I had more money. And this is why, especially if you're a young man, I mean, obviously for everyone, but especially if you're a young man, you are going to be judged a lot by society based on how much money you make. If you're a person who's quite broke and you've got nothing going on for yourself, your bank balance is empty, you notice that people aren't as, people aren't as fond, of meeting you or hanging out with you. But the second you have some money, the second you have some money to spend on food, to spend on some drinks, to go around wherever you want to, everyone is so up and jolly with you. Now, I'm not saying you should hang out with those people because obviously they could be very, very fake people. But what I'm saying is, if you're a young man, you should have it on the top of your priorities to make money. And you should not feel guilty about it. You're going to have some friends who will call you shallow. You're going to have some friends who are going to call you greedy. But your time, the time that you spend trying to research and find out how to make more money, it will at the end come with a reward. And a lot of those friends who made fun of you for taking it so seriously, oh, don't take life so seriously, bro. Let's just hop on Fortnite. Let's play for 5 hours. You don't need to work on that business or learn that new skill that you could work for someone for and then get some money in return. You don't need to do that. Come on, let's just play some video games. And what ends up happening with those kind of people is they're, 10, 15, 20 years down the line, they have severe, severe regret. And then they look at someone like you who actually took their life a bit more seriously. I'm not saying you should take it really seriously. Don't take everything super seriously. But you took it seriously enough where you understood that you had to value your time. And that you should not just be spending, your time so liberally left and right, because you understand when you're young and you have all this energy and free time that you can use it for a good cause, for yourself, maybe even for others. And when you do end up making money, you can start providing for other people. You can start providing it for your family first and foremost, for your mom and your dad, and whoever siblings you have. You can provide it for some of your friends, some really close friends you had or you still have, even in the days when you were flat broke. You can give in charity. You can actually help people with that money. And it brings you so much joy to see that kind of bright smile in people's faces when you can just go and tell, okay, I got it. That girl you've been dating or that girl who you're interested in, you can finally take her out and go to those expensive restaurants and take her on nice holidays without worrying about your bank balance. Now, of course, someone's going to say, well, if money does really buy happiness, then why are there so many miserable rich people? Why are there so many millionaires, billionaires who take drugs and, some of them even, I can't say the word, but they eliminate themselves? Why do they do that? If they're so rich, then surely they should be more happy. The reality is people are making a huge error in logic here. People are looking at only the sad rich people and then assuming that's how rich people all are. If we were to take, like, let's say, if we were to take like every single rich person that exists today and we were somehow able to quantify how happy they were, and then take that percentage of rich people who were sad, now then we take all of the people who aren't rich, who are either middle class or working class, and then we were to look at the amount of people who were depressed or sad in that class of people, and we were to compare between the rich and the normal people, let's say, I I can put my money and bet that there would be more sad people amongst middle class or working class people than there are for rich people. The thing is even though I say that money does make you happy, it's not everything. It absolutely isn't everything. There are still things in life that no amount of money can ever change. If you never received love from your parents, no amount of money can really change that. If you don't feel loved by your friends, if you feel lonely, you don't feel acknowledged, you feel you're living a life without any values, without any principles, you're just living this amoral, nihilistic life with no purpose, then yeah, money isn't really gonna make you, it's not gonna cure that issue. Money can make you happy, but it's not always the antidote to your sadness. There are some things that money can't really fix. So usually people who are often very rich have those issues. They have issues that money really can't fix. Maybe they have some, maybe their parents, they're not in good contact with their parents. Maybe they feel lost in life, they're not sure what to do. They don't know what their purpose is, what their mission is in life. So sure, they have a lot of money, but then it's just, they don't know what their ultimate goal is in life. So I'm not saying that money is everything. In fact, I think to say money is everything is really shallow, and it is actually quite a foolish way to think of life, because there are things that are much more important than money. Like, as I said before, your family, your friends, your values, your beliefs, your integrity, your principles. Money can't buy that. But at the very least, you should have the belief when you're young of how important money really is, because it is really important. Once, you understand this so clearly, you will start to look at everything so differently. You'll start valuing your time more, because you won't just be wasting time, doing whatever, especially if you're young and broke and you've got nothing going on for yourself. You're actually going to take life more seriously. You're actually going to start respecting yourself by telling other people, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I've got to do this instead, I have to work on my business, or I have to work on this skill, whatever I'm learning. And a lot of people, you may even end up losing some friends. Or at the very least, you're not going to be as close with them. And that's absolutely fine. That's a natural process of what happens when you ascend to a higher plateau in life. And what's interesting is when you reach this new plateau, once you reach this new place, the people here are going to want to come up with you. They want to meet you again. They want to start talking to you again. Once they see that you're doing so good for yourself, once you made all that money and now you're living a good life, you're driving a nice car, you're taking that girl out on fancy dates, your old friends will start hitting you up. They'll all start wanting to talk to you again, and the same people that were making fun of you, telling all these things about how you should not do it, are now telling you, wow, what you did was so incredible, man, you're so rich. Wow, bro, can I have some money? let's go hang out, let's go to some expensive place. And it's really up to you to decide if you want to, get back with them, or cut cut them off of your life, or maybe occasionally talk to them. That's really up to you. But my point is, at the end of the day, if you instill this mindset in you that I need to focus my time and my energy on trying to acquire some wealth, especially if you're young, I can absolutely assure you, you will be grateful and thankful that you had that mindset. Now, let me once again clarify. I'm not saying you should just throw everything to the wayside and only focus on making money, because let's say your friends has a party, a really close friend of yours has a party, then go for it. By all means, go for it. Have a good time. If you know you want to play, I don't know, Fortnite with your friends, you want to have like a 4 hour, 5 hour session once in a while with your friends, with your bros, then go for it. Have some fun in life. I'm not in any way saying that you should just be ultra focused on money, but I'm saying you should make it a priority. And with that being said, really, that how you balance those things, the your social life with the time that you spend on trying to make money and trying to build up your wealth, that really is more of a personal thing that I can't really tell, because I don't know how your life is. I don't know what you do. I don't know how much free time you have. I don't know how many friends you have. And so naturally, I can't really give a specific prescription to tell you how to fix those things, how to spend your time accordingly. That's something for you to decide. So, yeah, that's my message, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.